Hello once again, it's your boy That's No Moon. We are back after took a few days off for Easter, had a great Easter. Hopefully you guys have as well, and hopefully all is well in your part of the world as well. But we are back on the holotables having a look today at General Veers. Now General Veers is a weird juxtaposition because when you have a look at the requirements for Sith Eternal Emperor, he is part of it and he is also part of the counter to it as well. So A, he is needed for the character, and B, he is also needed to counter the character as well if you want to counter them with troopers. So we won't be getting them up to Relic 3 today. We're going to do a horde for that, and I'm going to do a completely separate video when we're there. But these Imperial Troopers, I've had a lot of fun with these guys. I won't say I've had fun farming them because there is no fun in farming any character, but the end results are pretty good, and I will give my thoughts on like the overall faction, why you should guys should absolutely go for this faction as well. 2 Gear 13, a few of them felt underwhelming at the time, and I will explain why, because this is, and I've said in a previous videos as well, this is part of a bigger machine, and they're just all small cogs, but to make them all work incredibly well, it is important that they're all working. Now, in terms of modifiers, I did have a quick look. The enemy has like some stacking damage, but we don't. We get the volatile energies, which we're not going to use anyway. So, just to showcase off, like a standard lineup. So Pierre is absolutely the guy, and I think he is absolutely the linchpin. Like, troopers are okay without him, but when it comes to really turning up the damage, Piet is going to be and he's another requirement for Sith Eternal Emperor as well, so it's a nice excuse to kind of get him there. So you can see here that Gideon is going to do his work anyway, and yeah, they're okay without Piet, but oh my god, they absolutely shine with Piet in the lineup. Here we're kind of racing away to get a first kill, and we might be able to get one. But the damage is okay. However, it's like a little bit underwhelming, and again, there isn't a huge amount of like damage output, and when we're relying on like a huge amount of kills to take turns, etc., this is going to be the important part. So when we talk about clean wins in Grand Arena or things like this at 5v5 level, this is absolutely what we want to be going for. Now, showing the difference with Piet in the lineup rather than like, let's say for example, Death Trooper there, is going to be head and shoulders. Like, no question, Piet should be in this lineup at all, any way, shape or form, because he is so good with those stacks as well. So exactly the same team. We're going to now go in, and this is still with General Veers at gear level 12. So these stacks, all of these stacks, attacks out of turn, +6 offense and potency per stack. We're going to be getting a lot of these basically. So now you can see we really are sort of hitting hard. And you can see that a 98,000 hit there, and you can see we're well out. So 22,000 from Veers from his basic there. But you can see these troopers are hitting hard, you know. You got Stark hitting for 57 there, and Gideon as well hitting for over 50k, and this is only going to get bigger as well. So this is what I mean. So these stacks absolutely add up, and when I talk about this, you can see here range trooper gonna hit for way over 50k, and again, Veers is like okay, but nothing special. 83,000 hit there, 19,000. But what I think, or what I'm expecting here as part of the end result, is gonna be that all these troopers are pretty similar, and when it comes to it, there's gonna be like an added damage output, and they're all working together as part of that big machine to make this counter run absolutely smoothly and get more kills quicker and things like that. So this guy, I originally had him at I think it was gear 11, and I took him up to gear 12 fairly easy, and gear 13 wasn't too bad at all, in honesty. I mean, this one is going to grant speed up for 2 turns, which is great to General Veers and a random Imperial Trooper who doesn't have it. This is going to have the ability block and deal 10% more damage for each rebel enemy. So again, viability for like counters for rebels in terms of Mon Mothma if you need it, and they're all going to call to assist. His leadership, I think, is still the best leadership, in all honesty. Gain 30% offense, 20 speed, and 10% turn meter whenever they're going at buff. That is huge. I still feel that's the best Imperial Trooper leader as well. Unique, whenever they're defeated, Imperial Trooper allies gain offense up for 2 turn, 50% turn meter, and recover 10% protection. So that 50% turn meter is absolutely why we are dashing for that first kill, basically. And also when he's active, Imperial Trooper allies have 15% crit chance, which is also going to be pretty important. In terms of modding, I've just got him as speed at the moment. I have gone for a crit damage triangle. There are going to be a lot of mod changes when I fully get this faction up and running and ready to go, but a lot of the mods I'm not quite happy with, pretty subpar at the moment. So at the moment he's standing at 23,000 health, 31,000 protection. His speed is 235. We're going to gain an extra little bit of speed from his gear 12 plus pieces. Potency is actually pretty good. I tend to run I like the ability block, so I tend to run a potency cross on him. So the potency there. Tenacity, we're not really too worried about that. And then damage, physical offense. Now if I remember right, he's one of the rare characters that deal physical damage, but also special damage as well. So both of these are going to come into play. So his physical offense, so his basic is going to be 3,114, and then his special is going to be 4,152. Left side of the board, he's going to gain a little bit of health. He's going to gain tactics, which is damage, physical damage, and crit chance, and this deals special damage, which is quite rare because a lot of the times you don't have the facility where they use both, or a conduit for both physical and special damage as well. So having a look at the right hand side, we have got the famous Mark 12 Armortech Fusion Furnace, which is needed for pretty much absolutely every character in this game, annoyingly, but I'm kind of used to farming them now. It's not a big issue. I'll use resources to buy them from the guild event tokens or whatever it is that get to. I don't mind using the shard shop currency to buy them because I know that they really are needed by a lot of characters. So we're going to gain health, we're going to gain speed, armor, and resistance from this guy as well. This one isn't too bad either. Tactics, which is going to be damage, but not a huge else. The speed there, physical, resistance penetration, and physical crit chance as well. We've got one of those handy, so that is actually quite nice. Again, Tarkin is another requirement for Sith Eternal, so he's going to be getting the treatment fairly soon. And weirdly enough, I actually have Dooku. I actually have a lot of the gear saved up for Dooku as well, so he's going to be getting gear 13 pretty soon. But Piet is the absolute focus because, as I said, he is the linchpin of this squad. Now, the last piece, the finisher piece, going to give us a little bit more health. The tactics, again, is always good. Physical damage, special damage, and resistance. The 8 speed, 100 special damage, armor penetration, and resistance penetration as well. Again, it does use another one of these, unfortunately, but to make a cake, you got to break a few eggs. I think that's the phrase anyway. So here we go. Let's upgrade him. Let's go. And he's going to stay at Relic 0 for the moment. As I said, there is a reason why I do that. And health and protection, again, survivability isn't the main facet of this guy. Speed has gone up to 257, so a nice extra bump in speed there. Potency has stayed the same, crit damage has stayed the same. Physical offense has gone up to 3463, so not a huge amount there. Special offense has gone up to 4860. So going back into that Galactic Challenge and what we were looking at before, let's have a look at how this guy now performs with slightly better upgraded stats and whether he does what I think he does, and that is fall in line with the troopers in terms of their damage output as well. So I'm going to slow it down to ×2 speed just so it's a little bit easier to keep an eye on. Okay, so they're going to take a little while to warm up basically. But my thoughts on this faction, absolutely amazing. I have been genuinely nicely, okay, 45,000 damage. I will have to check the screenshot whether that was Veers who actually dealt that, but genuinely surprised at how good this faction actually is. Okay, and again, we can upgrade his triangle to get a little bit better crit damage as well. 44,000 very nice. So this is what I was saying about this faction now is in line with the rest of the troopers, and it's not an obvious upgrade, it's not an obvious big boost in stats or anything like that. It is just simply he brings him in line with some of the other troopers as well. So again, more big hits going in there. Okay, let's finish these guys off. Okay, I think that was him again there, 58. Was that 165 from range trooper? Okay, let's maybe try and get Veers one more. Let's get him a crit chance up. Okay, let's slow this right down. There's some big damage there. I don't know how much he was doing, but you could see through the duration of that fight, he was much more in line with what the other troopers were. So that's why I absolutely recommend this guy. Again, if you're going for a Sith Eternal farm, absolutely worth it. All of these troopers, even if they're not, I really like Range Trooper at gear 13. Death Trooper, I think he'll come in handy, but I do like him in gear 13. I also like the versatility that this squad has, but what I would say is Admiral Piet is the absolute linchpin for this squad. I'm very excited to get this guy up to 7-star so I can start using him in Darkside Territory battles. That's another free team. And again, the actual GP of these guys, it's not up and beyond. It's not stupid because their kits are nice and simple. That's the beauty of these kits. So as I said, I really, really like these characters. I think they're really, really good. And they're nice little easy characters to get to gear 13. Well, no character is easy to get to gear 13, but I really like that I have got them to gear 13 as well. So Piet, Piet is absolutely on the radar as well, but it is a case of Dooku will probably be next, weirdly enough. I did have a request about, I think it was about a year ago, to do Dooku, and I never thought I would be doing Dooku, but the more I've done troopers, the nice byproduct is I'm like really, really close now to, well, I say really close, I'm probably like 6 weeks, 8 weeks away from Sith Eternal Emperor, so it is like a nice byproduct, a nice surprise. So a GL's better than no GL, right? But yeah, really, really happy with this upgrade, and all of these upgrades, in honesty. I think that they've all come into use. I think that they are all, again, these are nice hits with Piet, with those stacks going. It's going to be hard to argue that this team isn't the most fun team in the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes right now, I'll be honest. Huge damage. And again, the end game with these guys is absolutely going to be a Sith Eternal Emperor counter. So, as I said, the weird juxtaposition on that is he is needed for Sith Eternal and he counters him as well. So more to come on that in the future and how I'm going to go about that as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as always. Really does help out the video and the channel. If you do want to hop into Discord at all, the link is in the description below, and feel free to share with your guildmates as well who don't believe in Imperial Troopers, and I will see you all next time. Cheers, guys.